Today we're gonna make some really simple crafts to celebrate the summer games. You're gonna be able to make these and set up a little watch party so that you can watch the games right here at home and cheer on Team USA. So these really are simple crafts. We're going to use Cricut to make a couple of them, and the others are just going to be some simple DIY decorations that you can use for your summer games watch party, or switch up the colors and use them for any celebration. For any watch party, we're going to need some food. So I picked up some reusable plastic cups from Dollar Tree, as well as some disposable little snack cups. And they are the right colors, but we're going to add some stickers to these. So for this first craft, I am using printable vinyl from Cricut. They make a couple different materials that you can use to make stickers, including just waterproof sticker paper, but this printable vinyl is really nice. And you can use this with any inkjet printer and any Cricut machine except the original Joy. So I'm going to be using my Joy Extra here. So let's go over to Cricut Design Space and we can get to making these stickers. This project is a public project that you can go ahead and access. It is linked down in the description if you want to print and cut your own. In Cricut Design Space, you want to open up this project. I'm going to hit Customize just to show you what it looks like on the screen. So these are little shapes, and if you're making them yourself, you can add your own text and a shape. And we are going to set these all to print then cut. I'm going to duplicate this a couple of times because I want to fill a whole sheet of paper with these stickers. I've got my Joy Extra selected. You can do this project with any Cricut machine that has the print then cut capability. So everything is set to go on my sheet, and now I'm going to send this over to the printer. I'm just using my Canon inkjet printer here. This is an inexpensive way to print stickers. This is linked down in my description if you are looking for a new printer. Always turn off bleed and turn on the system dialog box so we can set our settings. When I'm choosing my settings, standard printing is just fine, but I'm going to choose the paper that matches the sticker paper or the printable vinyl best. So for here, I'm just choosing glossy photo paper, standard print quality, and I'm going to feed this through the rear tray of my printer. Now I can go ahead and let it print. Once the stickers are printed, we want to select the proper material. And now we can just get these cut out with the Joy Extra. Stickers are all printed. They look great. There is no running, no smudging. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these on the cutting mat. A brayer is your friend. It allows you to push everything down really well without using your fingers and getting any oils on these. We're all done cutting. I have not unloaded this yet. When you work with stickers, it's really important to test and make sure that this cut all the way through before we unload. So these are kiss cut. They don't go all the way through. I'm just gonna pull a little bit and make sure that this peels off, and it peels off beautifully. So I can go ahead and unload this. This is printable vinyl, which means if I had a really intricate cut, I can use transfer tape to move these from here to my cups. But since they're just one piece, it is really easy to pull them off and stick them on. So we were able to turn some blank cups into festive receptacles for our little watch party. Love that these are reusable. I can hand wash these and use them over and over again. Our next Cricut project is little cupcake toppers. So we're using just some really basic supplies. I have red, white, and blue cardstock, And then I've got some black vinyl and transfer tape. And this is actually Cricut Value Vinyl and Value Transfer Tape. It works incredibly well. It comes in a really big pack and it's at a great price. So let's head back over to Cricut Design Space and we will get these started. This project is linked down in the description if you want to use it to make your own. Back in Cricut Design Space, open up this file. Let's customize it just so I can show you what we're working with here. So these are paper flags that we are going to cut from paper. I've designated them as red, white, and blue so we can cut out a few of each color. These USA pieces are going to be cut from vinyl. So I want to make a couple of each color, so I'm going to duplicate these. And I'm going to need the right amount of USA. And the Joy Extra is selected. Let's go ahead and make it. This is going to divide my project up by color. So I have white first. The black is the vinyl. And to make this a little bit easier to weed, I'm going to space these out just a little bit. In this screen, if you ever want to move anything around, you can. It does make weeding a little bit easier. Now to make this project even quicker, I want to show you a little trick here. We are going to take these blue pieces here. We're going to select them all. Click on the little 3 dots and say Move Object. I am going to move all of those blue ones over to the white sheet. Now my reason for doing this is that I can just take the paper and put it in different spots on my mat. And I'm going to do the same thing for the red. You can also do this in the main screen by just changing the colors so it's all one color. Now let's keep in mind where these are on the mat and we can go ahead and get started. So I've cut my cardstock down to size and I'm going to place it on the mat exactly where it showed me on the screen so that the blue can cut on the top and then the red in the middle and finally the white on the bottom. Use that brayer again to make sure everything is nice and flat. You do not have to do it this way, but it will save you a couple passes and makes your project a lot quicker. If your mat is extra sticky, sometimes turning it over and pulling the pieces off that way will prevent them from curling. Here's a quick Cricut tip before you unload. Always test to make sure that your vinyl cut all the way through. This one did. We do this because once it's unloaded, it's hard to cut again. If I leave it loaded, I can just restart this process and it'll cut it again and you're not gonna waste material. This is really easy to weed on the mat. So I'm just gonna start from one corner and pull it all off. And then all I need to do is get the middle of those A's out. So let's start to assemble these cupcake toppers. We're going to use the value transfer tape and I just need a really small piece. And I should be able to reuse this for all of these. We've got our flags here. And we're just going to fold each one in half. Then we pull the backing off the transfer tape, place it onto one of our USAs, use the scraper tool to attach it, and then we can just pull it up. And this is going to go onto one side of the flag. I can reuse this transfer tape until it loses its stick and put the rest of these onto the flags. Now to put them together, just going to use a little tape runner. You could use some glue. And we have the cutest little cupcake toppers to sit in some fun desserts for our watch party. Couple more quick decorations. I have some tissue paper here, one sheet of red, one sheet of yellow. Lay them over the top, and then we're just gonna squish them together. And does that maybe look like a torch? I've got a little white cup here I just grabbed from my kitchen. And now I've got a couple of these I can put on the table, and always save that tissue paper for the next gift you have to wrap. And finally, we're gonna hang up a little bit of crepe paper for the backdrop. This is as simple as taping one end to the wall, twisting the piece of crepe paper, and then taping it again at the bottom. Just adds for a really fun and interesting backdrop. And you can use this technique for any celebration using all kinds of different colors. This was such a fun little table to put together. Some really quick and easy crafts, a couple of them involving Cricut. I hope this inspired you to go make some crafts for your Summer Games watching experience. And I have to say, that Cricut Joy Extra is a great machine to have on hand. It's a really budget-friendly machine in the Cricut family, and you can pull it down and use it for any celebration. Birthday, Christmas, Halloween, whatever it is you have coming up, that machine's gonna come in handy. Everything we used here today is linked down in the description. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I am here every week with new videos to help you move forward in your creative journey. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.